Hello friends, this is Coldrun. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. We are here in Garlemald, ready to continue with the main story quest. What level is this? Probably level 87 or something? 88 maybe even? I don't know. And, well, we've only had one trial so far, so maybe even just 87. Let me swap over to... Wait, I can pick this up even as a level 84? I didn't think I could do that. That's surprising. I'll do that if I can, but I didn't think it was going to let me. Let me get my minion picked out for today. It's been a little while since I did this roulette. Wind up Amalja. I did these beast tribes last year. Ooh, you got some fists of fury there. Yeah, you're flexing on them. Wind up Amalja. What is burnt may never burn, but rises again harder and stronger. Yeah, that was their tribes. That was at least that particular tribe's. I don't remember their name, but was it the Brotherhood of Ash? Yeah, that's the Brotherhood of Ash's motto. I like their quest line. It was about the cat girl that was raised with them, right? Amalja blacksmith Narouge Bow of the Brotherhood of Ash began dabbling in clockwork after rescuing the mammoth minion of an adventurer slain near his forges. This particular sample is the product of moons of meticulous calculations made to reproduce the telltale Amalja's tail sway. The telltale tail sway. My people are strong, and my people are the Amalja, proud and strong. Loon Ga. Yeah, and Loon Ga was the Makote, I think, if I remember correctly. I did that a while ago, but I definitely I have very good memories of that quest line. I enjoyed it. Lucia, outside help. 88. Okay, yeah. Lucia is taking stock of the present situation.
No major injuries then. Good. I briefed the recovered soldiers and sent them on their way as quickly as I could, but nevertheless feared they would not make it in time.
Not polite to stare, Alfie.
The additional support was invaluable. Your men saved more than a few lives.
This is really could be the start of a full alliance.
I regret to say.
I take it that I'm addressing Lucia Junius. I'm the Forum's envoy, Fourchenault Leveilleur. And you are owed an explanation for these most dire developments.
Interesting that she goes by Junius, whereas the guy goes by Euless. As opposed to Eunice and Julius, or Julius and Junius.
Another trial wrought by the final days. I was beginning to suspect as much. You doubtless feel some consternation having been forced to abandon your original plan. But trust me when I say you were right to send the refugees elsewhere. So
is the idea now that the road to get to the moon portal in the Tower of Babel is just too dangerous?
Beasts have been sighted within the capital. Perhaps it was a stroke of grim fortune that the population was decimated beforehand, as they've yet to appear in any great number, but in time.
That's a boy is that looking for a silver lining of the decimation of Garlemald, but I see what you're saying.
In any case, Maxima leads the remainder of the contingent in an effort to cull the creatures and evacuate the populace as we speak. Once the airships have taken to the skies, I pray your men can be persuaded to join him.
You'll permit us to retain our weapons?
Yeah, you've been actively helping.
I wouldn't have sent you after the Scions were I expecting you to stab them in the back.
And I, for one, would not consider past transgressions more relevant than future contributions. Regardless of the circumstances that saw us at odds before, we need men of courage now, more than ever.
This is such a pleasant surprise for Euless, and I am just happy I get to see it. It's nice when you get second chances. Few things in the world are more beautiful or better. I use second chance, by the way, as a very loose term for just another chance. It could be a third or fourth or fifth. Doesn't matter. Another opportunity to do something is... it's a treasure.
We swore to defend Garlemald, and so we shall.
It seems you have everything under control. You will excuse me then, for mine own duties await.
Yeah, where are you heading?
Moment, Master Fourchenault.
Maintaining that formality
You
there.
did desire to express your appreciation for services rendered, did you not?
Is this gonna...
I did. Though if you intend to again ask that Sharlayan alter its course, you will find my gratitude insufficient.
I'm in just a kind of a meta-mechanic sort of way. I'm looking for how we're going to connect with that second part of... with the second half of Labyrinthos.
'Tis nothing so onerous. I wish to hear the details of this grand endeavor of yours.
Sorry for any sniffling as I go again, kind of fighting a cold still.
Do you swear to listen and to learn, and not to embark upon some scheme to impede us?
I swear.
I think he means that. I don't know if he's just trying to help or if he wants to use this to get closer to his father, or both. Probably both.
Any other I would doubt, but you I trust to keep your word. For not once have you broken it.
Yeah, Alfie's not much of a trickster beyond his infiltration of Yulmore. And even then, that was pretty short-lived.
I will request that the Forum make you privy to our plans. You may await our summons at the Baldessian Annex, assuming the decision is in your favor. Does that suffice?
It does. You have my thanks.
What's Alizé going to be in all this?
Excellent. You can regale us with tales of your most recent sojourn to the First while we wait.
Yeah, I was in the First for like 5 minutes. Most of my time was spent with the progenitor race. I freaking love the ears.
Did you hear something just now?
Also, there was like a one-up sound or something. Oh god. Is that a Lopporit? What the fuck? Lopporits aren't supposed to be terrifying. Oh my god, lord. How you doing, Puddingway? What are you doing down here?
Where is this star's blasted pudding?
It's a rough life for this Lopporit. I legit thought we were going to see a Lopporit turn into a blasphemy for a second. I was scared until the zombie voice started saying pudding.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night.
Good to see you again.
And to this bitter clime bring warmth and comfort.
You're just as Urianger as ever.
'Tis heartening to see such an assembly upon my return. I thought often of you whilst I looked down upon our star's brilliance from the moon above.
Aw, thank you. Missed you too.
Yes, but what are you doing here? And dressed like that? Aren't you cold?
Oh, Urianger is totally the kind of guy I like. He's that guy in college who wears like basketball shorts and Birkenstocks in the in like minus 10-degree weather.
Verily, I fear for my health should I proceed to expound upon our purpose ere I procure more suitable garments.
Oh, okay. I might have been wrong.
Then allow me to summarize. We're here because none of you lot are up there. Nor has anyone deigned to send word about any changes in the plans.
I have missed you so much, Living Way, and I forgot about you until just now. But seeing you makes me miss the time I didn't get to spend with you in the past weeks.
It's rude, is what it is. At least that's what I thought at first, but then folks got to wondering if you weren't in a spot of bother, so we decided to take matters into our own hands. Come down here and help, if our help be needed.
It definitely is. I don't know
So
how
she
you're going to help,
says,
but
it's also something of a convenient excuse to visit Etheris. Urianger made it sound absolutely marvelous. More so before the impending doom, but still.
you are so cute.
And it's not like there will ever be a better time. What with the aforementioned doom?
Marvelous, they say, yet not an ounce of pudding to be found. I must suffer Urianger's inferior works no more.
Urianger is not a good cook?
Hey! Maybe consider the plight of present company before you go blathering on about pudding and doom? Ahem. As I was saying, should you require any assistance with whatever, we are at your disposal.
That Final Fantasy IV town music just comes, and it's like all my troubles melt away.
We were born from Heidelin's love for the lives of this star, so naturally we would much prefer to see them continue. Twiddling our thumbs up on the moon is hardly conducive to that, though, is it?
No, it's not. And because I was saying even back during the moon section that a lot of their worries were about really small stuff. Like the big stuff has been taken care of. They were mostly worried about like kind of creature comforts at this point. Like it sounds like the big tasks of preparing for us are really kind of set already.
Aye, not when you've all got such precious thoughts and feelings and hopes for the future deserving of more active preservation. Speaking to Urianger made us realize that while we've carried out our duties to the letter, we've failed to fulfill them in spirit.
No, you've absolutely fulfilled them in spirit, but I appreciate that you're trying to go be above and beyond.
From there, it was just a hop, skip, and a jump towards resolving to do better. So please, show us how. Help us help you.
These are not... I think I heard that they're not going to be the new tribe
Forgive me,
quests in the...
but are they...
Oh, that's right, you've never met them! You've just been pen pals.
Thy distant collaborators, indeed.
Hail, fellow, well met. You'd be a member of the Forum, would you? It's an honor and a pleasure to meet you at last. I'm Livingway, Heidelin's right paw. That last bit is very important. As am I, if I may humbly say so myself.
I bid you welcome to our star, Livingway. On behalf of the Forum, I thank you for traveling such a distance to meet us.
Fourchenault is not one to be knocked on his back.
As you have surmised, preparations for the Exodus have not proceeded as smoothly as we had hoped. I should be happy to personally escort you to our headquarters in Sharlayan, where you may advise us as you deem fit.
He's recovered from the shock of little rabbit people, like very, very quickly and well, and diplomatically.
'Twas with reluctance that I set aside the great work of readying the moon for habitation. Be assured that I did so only after the Lopporits made plain their earnest desire to come hither, and I myself felt a growing certainty that their contributions here would prove invaluable.
No doubt, they're like super engineers.
'Tis trite, perhaps, but I followed my heart.
And a good heart it is. You always do follow your heart. No, you actually... Good to haveth you back. No, do I mock him? May thy disciples banish this darkest of nights. I feel like I don't want to mock him. I want to appreciate him more sincerely. May thy disciples banish this darkest of nights. I need to take off my... I need to hide my helm.
I am no esteemed philosopher of Eld. Nevertheless, 'tis my hope that what little knowledge I shared shall serve them well, and perchance help save us all. Will thou attend us at the Forum and lend thine own wisdom?
I wilt. The Puddingway in the background there.
Can we start moving before Urianger catches his death? Even I'm freezing out here.
That's weird, because you're wearing all of, like, a single leather coat. And shorts.
I dare say you'll warm up quickly once you're aboard the airship. Sat shoulder to shoulder with our fur-covered friends.
Oh my god, they must be so warm and snuggly. I'm so mad that I'm not, like, hanging out with a Lopporit right now. Doesn't seem fair, does it? So are we going on an airship? Oh shit, no, we're warping all the way over to... Okay. Alright, well, we're back in Sharlayan. Sir Dabido? You look super cool. Minion Master Sir Dabido. Urianger. I dare say Master Fourchenault is as nonplussed as we to learn the identity of Heidelin's lunar custodians. As he will soon discover, they have much and more to offer to the Forum. Might I suggest we return to the Annex forthwith? We may have yet time to discuss thy recent adventures ere we are summoned to the rostra. Happily. So before I continue with the main quest, a couple of these side quests have opened up now. One is called for Love of Pudding. I assume this is going to be to sate Puddingway's craving, and hence we're at the Last Stand. For the Love of Pudding, the Last Stand employee is having pudding problems. Baked alien soup, what the? Alien onions are sautéed, simmered in a savory bouillon, then topped with crispy cheese for a simple yet satisfying meal. Alien, is this stuff from the moon? Last Stand employee. Ah, you're with the students of Baldessian, aren't you? Please, I need your help. As you may recall, some cute, chatty little rabbits were here with your people the other day. Well, one of them, a fellow named Puddingway... Okay, so everyone, they're not secret or anything. It makes sense. A fellow named Puddingway came asking for pudding. Unfortunately, he didn't have the money for it. Instead of paying, the boss suggested having him help around the place. You're going to make your savior rabbit pay for pudding? Ugh. The problem is, he doesn't seem to understand how things work. It must be very different where they come from. Anyway, if you have a moment, do you think you could accompany Puddingway on his errand? It's nothing complicated, just collecting the items on the list. While I can't offer much, there will be a little something in it for your troubles. Okay. I'm still disappointed in you that you're not just giving pudding to Puddingway on the house. But he could have one of those epic appetites where you're like a cartoonish appetite where he just eats everything and then you're out of business. Puddingway. Oh, if it isn't Kakushu, you've come at the perfect time to lend an ear to my woes. Ever since Urianger told me about it, it has been my dream to taste the pudding of this star. Alas, that dream has been dashed. My quest for gastronomic pleasure thwarted, and by what? Something silly called Gil. Yeah, it is pretty silly. Oh, the face rub, I missed that. I had heard about this Gil before coming here, but who would have thought I'd needed to eat pudding? And so my heart's desire must forever go unfulfilled. Ah. Truly, I get to eat pudding and all I need to do is fetch these things with you? I'll do it. For the love of Heidelin, I'll do it. That's a metal mold, some Delamont Fellows cookbook, and the bottle of Yakko milk that we need. Yes, let's hop to it. Okay. And thank you, Rack, for confirming that... Not for confirming, I had no idea. For telling me that the... I mean, not like I can mount up here anyway, but apparently 6.1 changed it so that you can mount up for escorts, and the escort won't just be totally bum-fuzzled by the prospect of what a mount is and not be able to keep up. Alright, Harlissand. Harlissand? From the Last Stand, are you? I heard they'd be sending someone. Here's the Yakko milk. Puddingway. Thank you. I can't wait for it to become delicious pudding. Harlissand. Oh, that's what it's for. The milk's freshly squeezed, so I dare say it'll make a fine treat. How do you make pudding? I have no idea. Like, not even the slightest most remote idea. Dadapu. Well, what can I help you and your little funny bunny friend with? Puddingway, we need a metal mold, something suitable for the making of delicious pudding. Do you have any? Dadapu, I do, as a matter of fact. This is for the last stand, I take it? I'll go ahead and put it on your account. Thanks for your custom. Oh, yeah, oh, I guess they're putting it on the last stand's account. Of course they are. Now this is a cool costume, too. Look at this. Look at this glamour. Sprack hard. It's like a water tribe. Like a water tribe warrior. And now in the library we have copy of Delamont's cookbook. Puddingway, I think this is the cookbook we're looking for. The note says it's already checked out for us, so all we need to do is grab it and bring it back. Wait, it's already checked out for us? Oh, okay. Yep. So I thought, because usually at a library, like, they might hold something for you at the front, but you don't usually just go to the shelf, pick it up, and leave. Okay. Creepy mammoth. Do you have anything to say, Puddingway? Talk. You want to review what we need? Then I'll read the... Oh, no, we already... Yep. We got everything. Last stand employee. How did it go? Were you able to obtain everything? Yes. I got the metal mold, a metal vessel used for making sweets. Delamont's cookbook. Cookbook contains a collection of sweets recipes conceived by the legendary culinarian Delamont. Wonder if the legendary culinarian Delamont will come up during the crafting quests. Bottle of Yakko milk, so fresh you would swear it's still warm. I'm sure that was meant to be appetizing. Wonderful, I'll set about making pudding at once. Not just any pudding either, but the famous rainbow pudding built... I just got, like, horrifying flashbacks to having to farm rainbow pudding. I'm trying to remember where. I don't remember where. I remember it was a real pain in the butt to get rainbow pudding when I was playing the iOS version of Final Fantasy IV. The famous rainbow pudding, born of the brilliant culinary mind of the legendary Master Delamont. This little one has wanted to try pudding so badly, it's only right that we serve him the very best. Did you just wink? Oh my god, the face rub! As for your good self, this isn't much, but please accept this as payment for your troubles. You're not giving me pudding? Last time I come here. We're about to fulfill all of your pudding dreams. Puddingway, at long last, the pudding of this star! I can already taste it. So much better than Urianger's lackluster offerings. Rude. Thank you ever so much. Because of you, not only do I get to eat pudding, I've learned a thing or two about their making to boot. As surely as my name is Puddingway, I'll endeavor to learn as much about this toothsome treat as I can. Good word with toothsome. Hey, I hid my helm. What's going on? The jazz hands of rabbit joy. What is the adjective for a rabbit? Like the way that a dog adjective is like canine or feline for cats. Anyway, there's one more. The secret in the box up there. Locked box and a mysterious maiden. The box is locked tight. Mysterious maiden. Should you choose to undertake this quest, know that guidance from the journal, duty list, and map will be limited. Okay. Secret in the box. The mysterious maiden regards you with interest. It's always a good day when a mysterious maiden regards me with interest. Doesn't happen very often, though. You are Kukushu Kushu, are you not? I've been looking for you. I'm an adventurer too, and I've been tasked with delivering this letter and box to you, though I can't say who sent them. Rest assured, my client means you no ill. My work is done, so I'll leave you to it, but I suggest you start by reading the letter. Okay, see you later, mysterious maiden. Well, maybe no, maybe not. Dear Kukushu, there's a gift for you in the box if you can open it. To do so, you must acquire 3 keys, the keepers of which are somewhere in Sharlayan. Solve the following riddles to find them, and do try to have fun. This is a game, after all. Who could this be from? I'm trying to think who's, like, a riddler. Could this be from, like, Kate Sith or something? Towards wisdom aspiring, a keeper doth gaze. By young minds inquiring, and new trails blazed, yet the mind is a muscle, in rest it doth grow. So let all embrace slumber, the better to know. Okay, there's a few different here. Let me, let's take a look at these one at a time. So, unsigned letter. First off, towards wisdom aspiring, a keeper doth gaze. By young minds inquiring, and new trails blazed. So schools, something in I guess this whole place is a friggin' school. Yet the mind is a muscle, in rest it doth grow. So let all embrace slumber, the better to know. So, like, is there, like, a dormitory? Huh. I mean, I'm immediately thinking of the studium. Let me check the studium. You know what? Let me see if there's any others that are because this feels. I don't know this one. Let me take a look at the others to see if any jumps out at me. By life ever flowing, a keeper doth wait. Clutching a prize as hunger to sate. Yet no prize is so coveted as one golden hued, the mention of which is never thought rude. Clutching a prize as hunger to sate. Yet no prize is so coveted as one golden hued. No prize so coveted as one golden hued. That makes me think. I mean, just the hunger to sate makes me think it's by. Think to check the last stand. What's this last one? Blessed by the nymphi, a keeper doth stand, enthralled in a tale, a book in his hand. Yet evocative as letters on parchment may be. 'Tis words said and heard which impel destiny. Blessed by the nymphi, a keeper doth stand. The nymphi. Blessed by the nymphi. Let me check the last stand first to see if there's anything there. Nothing I see there. Nothing I see by the last stand. By life ever flowing, a keeper doth wait. Maybe that refers to that, because that's something that's ever flowing. Clutching a prize is hunger to sate. Let me check by this, because life ever flowing makes me think of that ever pouring out scholar. No, we can't get in there. Yet the mind is a muscle. So it makes me think again like a student's dormitory. Let me see if there are any sleeping students in the studium. I got nothing. Boy, this is way tougher than I expected. So there's one other idea that's jumping out at me, which is that some of these latter parts are about emotes you have to do. Like it says, in Rest Death Grow, let all embrace sleep the better to know, so that makes me think you do a sleep gesture at some point. No prize so covetous as one golden hues, the mention of which is never thought rude. So maybe you say something? No, never mind. No. Oh, hey Puddingway. Ah, Kakushu, I have come to this studium in order to study the ways of pudding. Alas, my creations don't jiggle as they should just yet, but I persevere. Good, that's the spirit. That I'm going to persevere too. I will persevere as well. Maybe in other places of knowledge, the Numenon is a place where learning might be. Where someone... Again, I'm looking for someone who's sleepy, by students. So, the other thing is I know that there's a square. There's a couple of... Oh, the Nymphaeum! That must be blessed by the Nymphi. So I was going to say I thought there might be a nymph statue around there, but no, there's blessed by the Nymphi, so that must be by the Nymphaeum. So maybe I should be paying more attention to the names that they're referencing. Blessed by the Nymphi, maybe the whole, like, Wisdom's Gaze. There's a place named Wisdom's Gaze. Let me start with this, though. So we're looking for someone here with a book, holding a book. That looks like you, Azumi. Greetings, Kukushu. That you've sought me out means you've read the letter and solved the riddle besides. Yes! Of all our master's pupils, your comrade is the least poetic by far. Of all our master's pupils, your comrade is the least poetic by far, but that's never stopped him from trying to woo the ladies with song. He truly is hopeless. Is this someone from the Bard quest line? Still, it's good to see him hale and whole. From what Master tells us, he's been through a lot. The next time you see him, do pass along my regards, and here, of course, is your key. Huh. I don't know who he's referring to. I mean, I'm thinking of minstrels and bards I know, and one of them is... that weirdo Ishgardian son. He's not a bard, is he? I don't think he is. But that might be him. It might be... the minstrel, the Yoshi P character, but I don't think so. I don't think there's... maybe. Anyway. Towards wisdom aspiring, a keeper doth gaze. By young minds inquiring. Towards wisdom aspiring. Is there like a wisdom aspiring, an aspiring wisdom area or something? So I don't, there's nothing that stands out to me as flagrantly as the Nymphaea clue did. So I'm just looking along the water at places for someone, maybe someone looking out at this who might have a golden thing in their hand. Babeth Ironheart, I don't think it's you. I mean... these two sort of seem like the first one. Towards wisdom aspiring, a keeper doth gaze. I mean, that's a symbol of wisdom, and these two are gazing. But by young minds inquiring and new trails blazed, and the mind is a muscle and rest doth it grow, let all embrace slumber the better to know. Doesn't seem like this. So here I'm at the Silent Monopteros. Is there anything here? Someone reading. Do I have to emote sleep in the Silent Monopteros or something? Do I even have a sleep emote? I guess I don't. I really thought I would. Wow, I'm legitimately shocked that there's no actual emote to lie down and go to sleep. Sit on ground, is it one of those? Like, does it not say sleep? It says, like, take a nap. Is it something like that? Sleepy student. Okay. Sleepy student, this is promising. I woke up on a... oh, damn it. You're not promising at all. You're worthless. Your report probably sucks, too. By young minds inquiring. Towards wisdom... because this one, blessed by the Nymphaea keeper doth stand. That's super obvious. I mean, it wasn't obvious to me at first, but, like, it had to do with... by blessed by the Nymphaea, it's in the Nymphaeum. Is there something similarly obvious here? Towards wisdom aspiring. A keeper doth gaze. Aspiring to wisdom, by young minds inquiring and new trails blazed. What does wisdom look like here? If someone is looking at wisdom, is it Nunkrep's site? No, it can't be. I looked there. There's nothing there. Scholars harbor worldly affairs, towards wisdom aspiring. They say the mind is a muscle, and rest it doth grow. Is there an inn in this place? In Sharlayan, I mean. So by life ever flowing, maybe I'll look at that one, because I'm looking for something by water, which is really, there's so much water in this place. Life ever flowing, I don't know what they're talking about. I really don't. It's super frustrating at this point, because it feels like it's meant to be really obvious. It feels like this is meant to be just a quick, easy, fun side quest, and I'm just not up for it. I'm up for it, I'm just not good enough for it. My mind is not putting pieces together, and I hate that. I'm desperately hoping to find someone clutching food, and I'm just not finding anyone. It's not this. This water is still. That water is not flowing. It's got to be this. It's got to be, water by life ever flowing. How is it not this thing? How is it not the guy pouring out eternal water? Worldly affairs official, you look hungry, but no, you're not hungry. You're not eating any food. Boga, do you have a golden food? You have no food. You have no food. Someone, for the love of Christ, please clutch food. And that's even key 2 of 3. I've only found 1 of 3 keys. Been at this for like over an hour. Oh my god. There's a waterfall up there. Is that life ever flowing? Do I have to go to the other side here? Up the path? Is there someone by life ever flowing where the waterfall starts? I thought I had it. I was sure. I saw fountain number 2 and I thought for sure I'd have it. But no, there's no one here. There's a mender. If it's a mender, I'm going to dismantle the game. Ready for a nap. What's it? The Andron. Oh! The Andron is the place where... Right, okay, gotcha. Understood. The Andron is the place... Can I not go in there? Because the Andron is the place where, like, people take naps. Sure. Yeah, retire to your room. Okay. Is someone going to be waiting in here? Because this is where people sleep or whatever, but no one's waiting in my room. It's just me. So I've been on a bit of a mental and emotional journey with this quest. I'm talking to you the next day. Yeah, it's the next day, and no, it's actually 2 days later. I had to take a break from it. I was spending maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours just really trying to suss this out, because I didn't want to look up a guide, and I really thought I was missing something obvious, and I wasn't. And so I ended up looking this up. And I went back and forth, because, like, I've beaten tough games before. I'm not a good gamer, but I'm not a bad gamer. Or I am probably a bad gamer. I'm not the worst gamer. Like, I beat Sekiro. I felt pretty proud about that. The last boss, Ishin Ashina? Holy shit, 4 phases of hell. But incredibly engaging, because I felt like I was constantly making progress. Demon of Hatred, maybe not so much. That was even worse. But Ishin Ashina, oh my god, what a beautiful fight that was. And yeah, that took me many hours to beat. I'm about to dive into... I just literally started Elden Ring like yesterday. And I'm expecting the same from that. But it's a journey where, in Sekiro at least, I was making constant progress. I was getting to a new thing and failing, and I saw what I did wrong, and I could do it a little better the next time. Here, I never noticed. Those are like hooked. That's really cool. They look like there's little flowers. Sorry. I just wasn't making any progress, and it turns out This is key number 2. So, key number 2, what was the... Oh, invalid target. So, key number 2 was... Towards wisdom aspiring, a keeper doth gaze. By young minds inquiring, and new trails blazed. Yet the mind is a muscle, and rest it doth grow, so let all embrace slumber, the better to know. So towards wisdom aspiring, a keeper doth gaze. I was kind of right about that. That the wisdom, the keeper gazing towards wisdom was gazing towards the statue of the scholar. So I was right there. I was just, I mean, there's like a million vantage points to look at the scholar from, so that in itself is not very helpful. It really could be like anywhere along the coast or anywhere just looking that way. But anyway, by young minds inquiring and new trails blazed, I don't understand how the sleepy student here, I guess it's a young mind, but the way the sentence is worded, towards wisdom aspiring a keeper doth gaze, by young minds inquiring and new trails blaze, it makes me think that the way those sentences is structured makes me think that it's saying that the keeper is standing near young minds who are inquiring and standing near new trails being blazed. And she's not doing any of that. Maybe it's supposed to mean that the keeper is the person doing the keeping is a young mind inquiring and blazing new trails. Because she said something about a report, and so I guess that's something, but that feels like a stretch. And the worst part of it, the mind is a muscle, in rest it doth grow, so let all embrace slumber, the better to know. I looked for, not that, I mean, it's one of those things where you say, I looked for 2 minutes for a sleep emote, and I didn't see it. And 2 minutes sounds like, well, not that long. 120 seconds of searching the emotes felt like a long time. And it turns out there is no sleep emote. But there is a doze emote, which I didn't know until I read the guide that told me that there's a doze emote. Anyway. So what do you say, sleepy student? You and I worked on a report all night, and it's all I can do to not doze off in class. I thought the fresh air might help to wake me up. I could have read that better and more closely and realized she mentioned doze, but I don't know. I don't feel that bad about missing this. Alright, let's doze off in front of her. Yeah, so sleepy Kakushu. Sleepy student? I've been waiting for you, Kakushu. Here, my master bade me give you this key. To go so far as to disguise himself as a woman, shows how much he wanted to meet you in person. What? So her master is a man who disguised himself as a woman. Anyway, I've played my parts, I'll return to my training. Enjoy the rest of the game. I've been waiting for you, Kakushu. Here, my master bade me give you this key. To go so far as to disguise himself as a woman. It shows you how much he wanted to meet you in person. I have no clue what she's talking about. So, apparently her master is a man who disguised himself as a woman because doing so made me more likely to see him? I thought I looked everywhere in this whole frigging city, but I didn't. I missed a nutkin who is holding a brown acorn? Even if I had seen the nutkin, I would have passed it up. Because it's not holding anything golden, is it? Could this nutkin be one of the keepers? Perhaps you should review the letter. So, yeah, apparently this is it. And, again, the thing said to say golden acorn. Let's say golden acorn, but I feel like I'm helping build a throne of lies for the golden nutkin, because there's nothing golden in the golden throne. Oh, this is what happens when I talk and think at the same time. Golden acorn. I feel like I'm building a throne of lies for this guy, because that's not golden. I've seen things that are gold. I've passed colors in, like, kindergarten. That's not gold. Formerly Nutkin. Well done, my friend. I heard from the tales I heard about you. I expected you'd find me in short order, and you did. So, by life ever flowing, well, this is one of the 7 million flowing bodies of water in this city, so I guess they weren't lying there. Heard from who, you ask? Oh, just a man I admire. It was due to his influence that I decided to train under the same master. What joy to see him again after all these years? My disguise I chose because I felt it'd be a good match for him. Quite convincing, don't you think? Your disguise would be a good match for him. Your disguise was a... So we've seen a squirrel, a student. Here's your key. I'll let you get back to the game, but when you have a moment, I'd love to hear some of your tales. Utterly confused. Utterly confused by where this is trying to say. Alright. What's in the box? The keys unlock the box, which you open to reveal your gift, along with another letter. Dear Kukushu, allow me to congratulate you for, quote-unquote, solving the riddles. As promised, the gift is yours to take. A long time ago, Master Louis Soir left a little troublemaker in my care. At his behest, I taught the boy everything I knew in the ways of survival and infiltration. I taught the boy everything I knew in the ways of survival and infiltration. Because a student of Master Louis Soir... Is it Papa Limo they're talking about? No, it can't be. Papa Limo's dead. After years away from these shores, the boy has returned a man. By the set of his face alone, 'tis plain he has matured greatly, so they got to be talking about Alphino then. A product of his time with the Scions, I do not doubt. I thank you for being there for him and ask that you continue to do so. Lastly, I ask that you forgive me for not saying this directly, in spite of myself. I've never been good at expressing heartfelt sentiments in person, hence this letter. The manner of its delivery, at the very least, I wish to make interesting, and I hope you derived some enjoyment from it. I derived insight and rage. There wasn't much enjoyment to be had in this. Again, I think I should have approached this by just kind of, I don't know, giving it the old college try, as they say, and when that didn't work, just kind of looking it up. But I don't know, I got really... I locked my ego and pride to the idea of solving it on my own, but thankfully I've unlocked it, because it's bad enough to lock your ego and pride to something when you're good at it. It's worse when you lock your ego and pride to something that you're bad at. That's it? We got a ring? Who was Alphino's teacher? I didn't know that Alphino had a single, mentor. I thought Alphino was just, in the college. I have no clue what this quest was about. I don't know who the bard was. I don't know what the gender thing was. I don't know what the Nutkin thing was about. I saw Nutkins with Thancred. Were they talking about Thancred and not Alphino? But Thancred wasn't Sharlayan, was he? I thought he was no, I guess he was raised in Sharlayan. I just remember seeing him on the streets of Ul'dah, as a kid, but, the whole Gubu thing, but maybe that was before Sharlayan or after Sharlayan. I don't know who raised them that was not Louis Soir, I got nothing. If you're able to help me understand what the hell just happened, that'd be appreciated, but I'm going to have to call it from here for my own well-being, and just because I'll do outside help next time. I need outside help myself. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye-bye.